Hey, somebody please help me. Hey, good morning. Welcome to Foster's Animal World.
Yeah!
Hey, hope everybody had a wonderful and safe Halloween, and all those trick-or-treaters, you know, got the treats. I know I got treated, you know. Yeah.
Did you trick?
I got treated, you know. I wasn't a trick this year, you know, for a change, you know. And, you know, so welcome again, man. Hey, the holidays are coming up, so I wanted to, you know, let everybody know we're going to probably take a break for the Thanksgiving, Christmas, holiday, you know, weeks. That's still yet to be determined, but I think that everybody's going to be away, so, you know, we might as well go away too. And I wanted to start off and say congratulations to Rebecca Corey for her Wallace Award that Fred Cray was out here in L.A. and gave to her, which is a truly wonderful thing. We got a couple of guests calling in and Skyping in. Actually, somebody's on the phone right now. Oh, I should probably get some headphones too. The Lobo King, where is he at? He's supposed to be in here today with us, guest host, so we'll be waiting on him, see what's up. And if he's coming in, and unfortunately, whoever we were waiting on that phone call, they aren't here. And I think Paula Archer is Paula, are you out there?
I'm in the house.
Uh-oh. Here, let me, see. You got some headphones there, Rocker? Me. How are you, dear?
I'm good. How about you?
Good.
You good? Good. Hey, you know, another day in Gotham, you know, and just doing my Batman thing. And I was wondering, are you there?
I'm here.
Ah, look at the miracles of science. All right, so it might be Lobo knocking on my little mobile device door. So let's start off. Let's do something different. Start off with getting some animals some homes. How about that? Are you ready to knock down a couple of dogs and put them in somebody's house for Christmas?
I am. If Rock's ready,
Rock's
if he's
always
got
ready.
some pictures.
Well, let's do that. And you're up.
Okay, are we ready?
Yes.
Our first dogs that we're featuring today are from Dogtown Ranch Sanctuary Rescue and Rehab Center, and they are located in Elgin, Texas. First up, we have our little fat BB. She is the cutest dog there. She is short, sawed off, chubby marshmallow, and she has legs. She is the happiest girl all the time. Why she's still there at the ranch, it makes no sense. She would love a family of her own. She loves outdoors. She loves swimming. She loves people. She loves other dogs. She loves everything. These photos are from her 2014 pool shoot. BB is eligible for a sleepover with an approved applicant. Please come take a look at our little baby fat BB. She needs a home. Now we have Lovey. Lovey is a little love. She is good with kids and she loves toys. She has had professional training and is very responsive to her commands. She is a homebody and likes to stay inside her kennel with her toys. She is selective about her friends and is a happy girl all the time. She is smaller than medium, but larger than small. Lovely is house trained, current on vaccination. She is microchipped and spayed. Lovey is not a high energy girl and would be great inside a home with children or even an apartment. Lovey is eligible to go on weekend visits and sleepovers with an approved application. Now we have Mr. Piggly. Mr. Piggly is a cute, friendly guy. He grunts like a little pig when he sees you coming or when he gets excited. And so when he gets excited, he will lose his balance and fall over. He has a cute, wrinkly face and wiggles till you give him a hug. He loves hugs. He is very obedient and calm. He would be the perfect watch TV on Sundays kind of guy, or peaceful walks in the park. He is just a sweet dog that needs a home. Now we have our next one. Hello. My name is Wally, and I am a 2-year-old lab mix. I was rescued from a kill shelter. I had horrible mange, but I have healed, and I am ready for adoption. I am a curious pup who loves to go on adventures and play with other dogs. If I had my way, I would spend my time surrounded by people and dogs, since I love everyone. If you are looking for a loyal pup to be your best friend, then I'm your man. I am an extremely loyal and devoted boy who loves everyone. Please fill out an application and make my dream come true. Now we have Spicy. Spicy is a beautiful girl, easy to handle. She's friendly to everyone, not sure what she could be mixed with, so we will leave that up to you. It sure shows that her primary breed is Rhodesian Ridgeback, and possibly way more than just a little. Spicy is currently up to date on her vaccination. She is spayed, microchipped, and she is heartworm negative. Now we have Addie. Addie's deep brown eyes will take you in. She loves to be talked to, and you can see the warmth and intelligence in her eyes. She loves having friends, loves riding in the car, and she comes when you call her for dinner. She would do well in a house full of teenagers. Addie is current on vaccinations, spayed and microchipped. She is between 2 and 3 years old, so no puppy worries here. Just an adorable little girl with a huge personality. So if you're up for a challenge and a best friend that will keep you on your toes, Addie is your girl. She is living at the ranch, and she is about 105 pounds. Oh, and did I mention fearless as well? Addie also does well on the ranch, and she is good around horses and cattle. She even gets along with chickens now. That says a lot right there. So now our last one for the Dogtown Ranch today is Itty Bitty. Itty Bitty is the most adorable little thing in the whole world. She loves everyone and other dogs and is happy all the time. She is crate trained, house trained, and follows her person around loyally. Itty Bitty is current on vaccinations, microchipped. She is spayed and heartworm negative. Any of these dogs that you've seen can be called about. They are residents of Dogtown Ranch Sanctuary Rescue and Rehab Center. That is in Elgin, Texas. And you can send an email to EBBY Sarge, S-A-R-G, at yahoo.com. If you need any more information on contact, you can get a hold of me on Facebook or through Paws Pit Parade. And that's our first set of dogs for today.
All right. So, so how's the move coming?
We're still looking at houses.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Well,
the ones with the kennels, you know. I'm not sure that's going to work out. There's some problems there, so
yeah.
Get one and build your own
I
kennel.
may not be getting 6 more dogs.
Well, you know,
Right now, right? You know, right now.
hey, Rock was just saying something that may work. What were we saying?
You might have to get your own place and just build your own kennel.
There you go.
You
There you
know?
go. Now build 30 or 40 or 60 or 80, kennels and
You
have
can do it.
that many dogs. So yeah, that'd work.
Heck yeah. Something I was wondering about was the television show, in England, Downtown Abbey. That's like this huge hit. Well, the episode that they had with this dog Isis, that episode beat all of their ratings, which ended up with like 8 million viewers or something like that, And I was wondering, wow, 8 million viewers, how, they get 8 million viewers and with a dog, and we got, 1,600, which is not, nothing to, kick out of bed, but, breed of X, baby. Let's get some of them 8 million European viewers, Although I did want to say that, Paula, our YouTube stats says that we have been seen in 49 countries. That's huge,
Yeah.
as far as, web series go and stuff, that's a wonderful thing. People around the world are interested in the subject. That's so if we had a TMZ or not TMZ, well, TMZ wouldn't hurt either, but AMC or FX Network, man, with their built-in audiences and marketing budget, boy, could we have a hit. So let's look forward to that. Also, last week I couldn't remember, or the other day I couldn't remember the name of that dog that had gotten released and returned to the nurse that they thought might have had Ebola. The Ebola dog, his name was Bentley. Bentley the Ebola dog. So he's back home and Ebola free. Remember I told you on that one show, we said, pit bull kisses cure Ebola. So
Yes.
so now evidently it's not just pit bull kisses, it's other dogs too. Did I say good morning to Pit Bull Energy Drink? Evidently the word's getting around about the Pit Bull Energy Drink because a lot of people have been inquiring about it and ordering it, and that's a wonderful thing, for you guys to do. Keep ordering Pit Bull Energy Drink because we need to stay on the air. So Paula, our guest that's calling in today, who is that? Tell us about that.
Michelle Shaw is joining us on the air today. And Michelle does a lot of work behind the scenes, a lot of research, and she's a very knowledgeable lady. She's the dealings that I've had with her, she's just been a total sweetheart. She is a plethora of knowledge, and she's going to share some of that with us today. And I cannot wait for her to enlighten us on some things. So she's just been a real sweetheart.
Oh, that's great. That's great. That's great. So, Rock, I think what we'll do is, so I can see if Lobo's going to check in, because I know, being from Australia, being here, he's been having vehicle problems. Let's do a pay a bill, Pit Bull Energy Drink, possibly, and make them happy. And we'll be right back.
Are you a diabetic? Need some energy? Need to quench your thirst? Try Pitbull Sugar-Free Energy Drink, the only energy drink named suitable for diabetics by the American Diabetic Association. And it's now available with no calories, no carbs, no sugar, and no fat, and a smooth, natural blend of energy, vitamins, and minerals. Need to quench your thirst? Try Pitbull Sugar-Free Energy Drink, the only energy drink named suitable for diabetics by the American Diabetic Association. And it's now available with no calories, no carbs, no sugar, and no fat, and a smooth, natural blend of energy, vitamins, and minerals. Pitbull Sugar-Free Energy Drink is the healthiest, best tasting energy drink around. For more information and online ordering,
because if you don't, they're going to end up peeing on the floor. All right. Hey, we're here at Foster's Animal World this morning, and, you know, as it has it, I don't know. I hope Lobo King is okay this morning because he's not answering his phone. And, you know, I know he's from out of town. I hate to see anybody running around L.A. that doesn't know where they're going because you don't want to end up in the wrong neighborhood, you know. Paula, I was looking at this story, man, of this dog that, you know, some sick, some bitch, burned, you know, with acid, man. I mean, how, you know, what's up with people, man? Just, I mean, how do you do that? Just because, you know, it's people say, well, I can't look at those pictures. You need to look at those pictures because, you know, that makes everybody aware of what's going on out here. And which brings us to another subject of we're going to be doing, you know, slowly because, you know, this is a no budget operation. We're going to be expanding our this show on Tuesdays, you know, beyond dogs, because we're trying to incorporate everybody and everything. We're going to be doing, you know, more about the dolphins. I don't know if anybody out, Rock, I'm sorry, somebody's on the phone there. If you guys know much about, you know, what's happening in the world of the dolphins and, you know, in Japan and SeaWorld and all of that stuff, you know, but, okay. But we're going to go into that, and we got some correspondents who are going to be starting to work with the show in the world of the dolphins and elephants and other, you know, animals in the, you know, world that need our support and to bring some attention to other things that are going on with them. So look forward to that. So, so we have someone on the phone?
Yeah.
All right. Hey, hello?
Hello?
Hi.
Hi.
Who's this?
Hi. This is Michelle.
Hey, Michelle. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good. Good morning. What city are you in?
I'm in Arizona. I'm in Williams, Arizona.
Williams, Arizona. Well, good morning in Williams. Is it cold there?
Yes.
Well, you know, sorry. So where you from? Tell us your organization, Michelle.
I own Pages. Who is Burning the Dogs? It's an animal cruelty awareness page that we catalog burned animals across the nation by state, and I don't know what it's just it's a horrific thing that's been happening. It's been happening for a while. Dogs are being burned. What a lot of it's chemical burns that I believe most are caused by using topical flea and tick medications. When it's along the back and it's chemical burn, chances are it's a flea and tick medication. There's other cruelty cases where that dogs and cats are being set on fire, and we advocate for stiffer punishment for this type of cruelty because it's absolutely cruel. I mean, burning is one of the worst things you can do. It's one of the worst injuries a person can receive,
Right.
Let alone doing it to an animal.
Right. And so your page focuses on that?
Yes, the Burning Dogs page does, yes. And I also have the Army of the Kind, which is basically a cross-posting page for shelter dogs. We also do other topics. It's kind of a hodgepodge of different animal-related topics. And then there's the Good, the Bad, the Unforgivable page, which I created. I'm no longer active on that page. I do maintain the blog, but I haven't really been doing anything for several months now, just because of the backlash of people that are trying to shut down the page or shut us up because they want to hide their bad rescue habits.
Oh boy, do we know that one? So tell us. Tell me, I'm pulling that up right now. The Good, the Bad, and the Unforgivable of Animals, and I just like that. So tell us more about that.
Well, I started the page back in 2011. Originally, it was focused on one person who's now in San Diego, California. She was arrested and charged for animal cruelty in Texas, and she had home neutered her dogs using a rubber band. Yeah.
What?
Right, and she had many sick cats, and that were sick and dying, and she had them mixed in with her healthy cats. She had tubs with dead kittens and live kittens put together. It was absolutely horrific what the animal control found at her house, and she continues to rescue. And she has, as far as I know, she has no stable home. She has no home of her own to call. She was living in her car with 6 large dogs and some cats and a kennel in a small car. And we've been trying to shut her down for a while, but I don't know how she keeps managing to escape the legal system, but she does.
Oh, I mean, that's so funny. I mean, we have a character in the series Breeder X, just like that. Actually, I took a case from the court files of someone who did something just like that. They drove across 12 states with 9 dogs in a van, and 5 of them, when they stopped her, had died of dehydration and all kinds of stuff. So we deal with her properly. So, I mean, how is a person able to continue to do that, when they have, criminal files and records of them?
Right. I don't know. I don't know the laws in California, but I would, she managed to get out of the serious charges and jail time in Texas by taking a plea agreement, and and now that her time is up over, for that, which now it's it's no longer on her record, and I don't. She. I don't know how she gets away with it. It's mind-boggling. I mean, she's been, caught several times in bad situations, and yet she's allowed to walk. And it's very frustrating because the animals are the ones that suffer. I mean, could you imagine 5 or 6 large dogs living in a small car with a big crate full of cats as well?
No, I can't even imagine. I can't even imagine that.
Yeah, and I mean, why they didn't take her dogs when they found her in San Diego, I don't understand. But it's only a matter of time. When she gets settled, if she ever gets a house of her own, it's only a matter of time, and it's just going to be just as horrific as it was in Texas. So. People that donate, see, the reason why I started the Good, the Bad, the Unforgivable is because people donate. I mean, the animal community is the most generous of all the communities. And, when hurt animals, they feel obligated to give. And there are a lot of people out there that take advantage of it, and there was nobody watching out for the people that were donating. So that's another reason why I kept the page going. Our page got shut down once by Facebook, and we had to restart it, and that's when I just walked away because I just couldn't do it.
Right.
With all the people, with all the hate mail. I mean. I got death threats. Some guy said he was going to come and put a bullet in my head.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, my God. I know.
That's how people react when you get between them and their money.
Yeah, right. We know that one. We know that one very well. We've had threats. We've had different, we know the haters. For sure. But that's what happens anytime you're trying to do something, good for people, that will happen. And,
right.
The haters, but you have to try not to let them, hold on, let me see. Can you hear my phone going off here crazy?
Yep.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Here, let me do something with these sounds because that's crazy. Here we
Every
go.
time you're off, I think it's mine.
Oh, yeah? I'm sorry.
The same.
Sure.
That's okay.
Yeah. So, the thing is, anytime you try to do something good, you're going to have haters, and, that's part of it. Paula?
Uh-huh.
What do you think about that?
I have haters.
Huh?
I have haters.
You do?
That's okay. Yeah.
Oh, I can't believe that. Not you.
I know, right? She's so nice.
I know. What is that? You said the Army of the Kind?
Yes.
Tell us about that.
It's basically a cross-posting page. I have really good admins. Actually, I have some of the same admins on both the Army of the Kind and Burning of the Dogs. Susan Chitwood and Joy Hart. Joy, actually, she is amazing. She's the one that she's basically keeping the Army of the Page going for me. And I just, handed it off to her, and she's done an amazing job with it. I don't know what I would do without Joy. And Susan she's basically my legal representative that watches out, for our pages as far as what we're allowed to post, what would get us in trouble and what doesn't, as far as posting when we put people's names out there.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah, and so you have 3 pages?
Yes.
Oh, that's good, man. That's a lot of work you're doing, to help keep people straight out there.
Right. Yeah, I could never do all three by myself. I mean, if it weren't for my admins, the pages would probably, not be doing very well since I work full time now and I have, I don't have as much time as I would like to dedicate to them.
Mm-hmm.
So Burning Dogs is my baby. That's the page that I'm most active on, and I, catalog the dogs, get them in the right albums, and get, post out there to get donations for them when needed.
Let me. This is Rock. I always wanted to say something. I want to tell you something. There's a little saying we have in the hood. You are not doing anything positive, or you're not doing anything if you don't have haters. Okay, really, you can judge how good you're doing by how many haters you have. Because if you're not doing anything, haters don't hate people that ain't doing anything.
That's right.
And then they hate on it.
That's
you
right.
have to be doing something positive, something against them for them to hate you. And always remember this: if you're doing something good, the greatest person in the world has billions of haters. So you can always judge yourself by how many haters you have.
That's right.
If you got haters, you're doing something right.
See, just think of yourself as Barack Obama. Yeah, he's got plenty. I think somebody's on the phone there too, Rock. Yeah, so.
Good saying, Rock. I like that.
Yeah, I think Cat Williams said that. He said that be happy if you got haters because that means you're doing something. Because the people who aren't doing it, haters don't waste their time on people who aren't doing anything. So Michelle, you're doing a lot. Okay, you're doing a lot in the community, which is very needed. Sort of like a little watchdog, or a lot of watchdog work, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have.
Yeah.
I have.
That's-
There are so many scam artists out there, and some of them. There's one that's a very, very large group.
Really?
That is very good at what they do, and I mean we've looked into. See, if you want to donate, I suggest you research before you donate. If you don't know the rescue personally, research it.
Mm-hmm.
Don't be giving your money just to some group that says they're helping the animals when they aren't.
Right.
Especially when it's going out of the country.
Oh.
If your money's going out of the country, that's take care of the animals at home first.
Right.
Before you help across across the world. But I mean, if you must donate to another country, which I'm not saying don't. I'm just saying research.
Right, exactly, and that is so true, because most people just give their money away, because they're trying to do something good and they don't know what's behind it. So I want to go into some of these, one or two, and again, this is an open topic conversation. So, if you have any opposition to what Michelle may be saying to us, then, call in and let us know. Defend yourself. Well, Michelle, we're going to go into that a little bit more, but it's another caller. Can we add somebody onto this conversation? Whoops. Michelle, we just hung up on you, so you got to call us back, I think. Who's on the line?
My name's Kyle Lowy.
Hey, Kyle, how are you this morning?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Good. What city are you in?
I just wanted to say, I'm sorry, I didn't hear the last sentence.
Oh, I said, what city are you in?
Oh, I'm in Uniontown, PA. It's a small little town.
Oh, hey, it's a big city if you're in it. I think Michelle's coming back. Kyle, did you hear? And I know you may have something to say also, but did you hear what Michelle was saying about scam groups? We have Michelle back in?
Yes.
Oops. Okay, Michelle, you back with us?
Yes, I got disconnected.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. That was my fault. We have Kyle on, and Kyle was, I was asking Kyle what did he think about scam groups raising money for dogs that are really not doing it.
Okay. I'm sorry.
No, Kyle, I was asking, did you hear what Michelle was talking about?
I got in like at the end of the conversation.
Oh, okay. Well, Michelle, go ahead and refresh Kyle and anybody else that might not have heard.
About the scam groups,
Yes.
Identifying them is pretty easy. I mean, if the group is consistently posting horrific photos of dogs in need, they need money now, one right after the other, and chances are that, it's not always, but chances are there's something amiss there. Because there's no single rescue group that has tons of mistreated, neglected, abused, injured dogs, one right after the other. None. There's only one group that does that. And they have a pretty large following. There's also, there's plenty of information out there, too, that highlights what the inconsistencies. That's why you need to research. I mean, you put the name of the rescue in, everything that's ever been written about them comes up on Google. And, you have to read the negative stuff as well. Not just the good stuff, but just, the negative stuff. And you have to make an informed decision. You weigh the two and do your own research, follow it. I mean, if they're not willing to answer questions that you ask, then something's wrong. If they come back attacking you and belittling you for asking an honest question, something's wrong.
Right. Paula, does that ring a bell?
Oh, yes. It rings big bell.
Oh, that's funny. Kyle.
I was listening to what you were saying, and I'm thinking to myself, like she's saying, it's true. You really got to look into these different organizations, because some, when she was saying that some do one after the other, and that most legit organizations don't have one after the other. They're like separated out, dispersed out. You really do have to look, because there's some organizations that do it just for their own profit, and then there's some organizations that are really genuine, that really want to help dogs. So you really have to, like she said, Google, research more than one article. Definitely, don't just read one article. Research like several different articles, and if you find a lot of negative stuff, then go with another group, I think.
Right. Yeah. Where there's smoke, there's generally fire.
Uh-oh. I just lost me. Go ahead.
Michelle.
Yes.
I'm sure you've probably seen this on Facebook, and this is just a large problem. There are people, I hate to use the word cliques or groups, but there are people on Facebook that are constantly stirring the pot, so to speak. A lot of them profess to be, I'm a good rescue, but they're a bad rescue, and they slander each other constantly. So in order to do some research and find out who's telling the truth, because there's obviously two sides to every story, you would need to go, besides Google, where else could you go to do some research on these rescue groups that wouldn't possibly be tainted by, Mary Marvelous over here is out on the web slandering Betty Boop everywhere. So, what kind of where can you go to get more facts, not just, well, I don't like her, so I'm going to write a bad review. Is there somewhere that you can go to get that information. I know I donate on top of, the time I spend. And I'm always thinking, well, maybe this wasn't a good choice to donate to. So how can I, as and I hate to say consumer, but I am handing money out. How can I be sure that my dollars are really working for the dogs and not going into somebody's pocket to pay their rent or their car payment? And I think you probably know who some of those people are that I'm referring to, but
right.
Can you give us like some key points on good places to look for this?
I would suggest you contact the rescue personally. Talk to them, because people are generally forthcoming with answering questions, anything you want. But I like to donate locally. That I can go to the rescue and I can see with my eyes, and I can meet, the owners of the rescue and meet the dogs. That's what I prefer. But not everybody can do that. So you can, if the rescue's out there, you can contact them and talk to them. And if, ask for photos if they're long distance, ask for updates. If they're not giving updates, if they're asking for money and then you never hear about that dog again, there's something wrong. Because most rescues they like to show off their dogs, and they like to show off their accomplishments. If there's no follow up, then there's something that's not quite right. Maybe they don't have the time. I don't know, but generally, if something's not right, if there's no follow up. So as far as any one place you can go, no, I don't know that there is, like a data bank that you can check, but just contact them, talk to them. I mean, use your own gut instinct.
May I jump in for a second?
Yes, please.
Like I was saying before, read several different articles on it, like several different reviews. And if you're getting the same response, like people are giving the same negative response, it'll help you make a informed decision. But it really, in the end, it's up to you.
Right. Well, and if they're claiming to be a 501, you can go on the IRS site and type in the rescue name, and it'll tell you whether or not they are a 501. I can't tell you how many times I've come across rescues that are claiming to be 501 and they're not, and they've taken in thousands of dollars, tens of thousands of dollars, and they're not a 501, but yet they're claiming to be. And then you never hear about the dog again, or the dog suddenly died.
That's right. And hey, we got Rock. Can we add another call? Yeah. All right, we're gonna add another caller to this line. And hello.
Hey, Foster, how's it going? This is Richard with Unchained Love.
Richard Jennings, right?
Yes, sir. You remember?
Oh, how can I forget, my brother? Hey, and I'm bad with states, but Kentucky, right?
You got it. And you're getting good in your old age.
Yeah, I know, man. I get that's probably the last memory cell I had. But hey, Richard. So, what's going on with you? But I don't know if you were able to hear what we were talking about just now.
Yes, I was. I was just listening into it about the 501c3s, and a lot of rescues that don't have it.
Yeah.
And, there's a lot of rescues like mine that have applied for it, and we're still in the process of getting it. We have not received it yet, but, we are still doing our work. Mm-hmm. And we're still under the scrutiny of the IRS. Once we put out all of our articles as a corporation, and it's quite expensive. It's a lot of work, and it's kind of costly, but by the time you put all that stuff in, then you can basically operate as a 501c3, but you're not approved. You don't have your number yet. Now, if I don't get approved, then I have to turn around and I have to give back all that money or tell the people that their money is no longer tax deductible, which is why we don't do a lot of fundraisers right now. We just try to do things, T-shirt sales, things like that. So we're not, in case something does happen, we're still going to operate as a rescue.
Right.
501c3 just gives us the benefit of having a tax deduction for our distributors.
Right.
So we're not as worried about that. You know, and it should be any time. When I talked to the IRS last month, they said it should be somewhere in January, possibly February. I should have my authorization and code and everything else. So
Right. Well,
I'm
you
looking
guys.
forward to that.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I was just saying I'm looking forward to that. you know.
Yeah. Well, you guys are doing, the work that you're doing down there, in Kentucky is like, just, mind-boggling. And you're doing good stuff, and you're all upfront and open. And what Michelle was talking about, and I don't know if you guys have that problem over there in your area about scam groups and people, raising money on dogs, like the flipping and different things of that nature, saying that they're raising money for a dog and, and they're just pocketing cash.
Yeah, we do have that a lot with Michelle. I don't know if you've run across this or not, but there's a lot of cross posters out there who will put up these big amounts of money to save a dog, and pledges and stuff. And I've seen a lot of scam groups take that money, and then the dog, like you said, either suddenly dies or disappears, or nobody ever hears from the group again. And it's a shame, because those that are legitimately doing the work and are saving the dogs' lives, and who are putting the time and effort in getting these dogs, rehabilitated, medically sound, and then ready for a home, are losing out on what the scammers are taking advantage of.
Right. Right, and another thing too, if an animal is seriously injured, like this one dog, this group raised like over $40,000 for this dog that was so seriously burned. The dog should have, been released from his pain long before, but it's our contention that they kept the dog alive as long as they could for the donations. They also did a Frankenstein-type surgery on another cat. I mean, this cat was like, it literally looked like it had been sewn up by a child. I mean, he had stitches across its face, across its forehead, down its back. And in the pictures, the cat looks like it's dead, but they kept it going, and then suddenly, the cat died. Well, yeah, of course, the cat died. I mean, look what you did to the cat.
Right. Yeah, and
it's sad.
And it seems to be happening a lot in the bigger cities, and then even in the small rural areas. And what really breaks my heart about the whole situation is when they're taking this money from these people, then these people are getting, they're starting to look at rescues and, genuine rescue people as the criminals, like they look at, HSUS, because they take the money, they don't run a shelter, they don't do anything to help the animals. They spend most of the money that you give them for big salaries, and nothing goes towards the animals. So they're looking at us the same way now that, you got these groups that are claiming to be a rescue, oh, we're saving this animal, and look what we need, And I've never had a vet bill for $40,000. The most vet bills I've had has been $10,000 I've had, and I paid for that.
Right, right.
But $40,000 is a bit extreme. Anybody, that should be a red flag.
That is crazy. You know what, guys? Hey, and we got one more caller to add on in 1 second. Let's add him in now, and then we're going to take. Hello, caller, you on?
Hi, Foster?
Yes. Hi. Who's this?
My name is Ray, and I'm with the organization StopCrush.org.
StopCrush.org. That's great, because I definitely want to add that to the conversation. But, guys, I need to pay some bills, so I'm going to take 1 minute. So, everybody, hold on. We're going to do a commercial so I can pay for this phone bill, all right?
Okay.
All right. We'll be right back. Hold on.
So many ways I can please. Hey,
What?
I'll tell you what I really want. I want to stop some of this cruelty, man. That's what I really want. So, I'm sorry, from Stop Crush, I forgot your name, dear.
My name is Ray, R-A-E.
I knew that. All right. So, hey, Ray, where are you calling from? What city?
I'm currently in the tri-states of New York, New Jersey, and Pennsylvania.
Oh, okay. So, good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon to you.
Yeah. So tell us, Ray, what's happened with Stop Crush? You know, what we were talking about, just so you can be up to speed, we were talking about the people who have these fake organizations, you know, raising money for themselves, you know, doing it under the auspices of, you know, cross-posting, raising money to save a dog and that kind of thing. I don't know if, you know, you familiar with any of those things that are going on, but that's what we were talking about. But I wanted to hear something from Stop Crush, because that's one of my new loves that I feel needs way more attention, you know. So, you know, tell everybody about that.
Well, what Crush is basically animal snuff films. Scantily clad women with high heels generally crush animals, whether it be an invertebrate from goldfish, turtles, crabs, all on up to dogs. They crush them with their feet, and it's for sexual gratification. The majority of these women are sold through human trafficking into the industry.
Wait a minute. The women?
Yes, sir.
So tell us how this works. So you're saying that somebody will do a film of a woman crushing a animal or some sort of creature with high heels.
Right.
And
it's a huge black market. We do finally, since 2010, have a federal law here in the United States that prohibits the ownership, distribution, or production of any crushed materials. We are currently involved with a federal case down in Texas. Our amicus brief that was filed did overturn Judge Lake Sims' ruling that it was only animal cruelty. And it's now been implemented to bring the charges, which is huge for us. We're pushing for legislation worldwide against Crush. Generally, these women are stolen from their families, their farms overseas, and sold into human trafficking. And these producers are coming out of countries that have little to no animal protection.
Right.
So generally, these women are drugged up, and they're threatened. You know, we'll kill your whole family if you don't cooperate.
What?
So yeah, it's very involved, and most of them are coming out of the Asian areas where they're stealing these girls. So it's really rough work to do. It's very gratifying when we know we can shut one down.
Yeah.
Right. Yes, and it's not always, human trafficking. I mean, just look at that case that was it a few months ago with that model that she was hired to do this Crush film.
Right. That was the case in Florida, I believe you're speaking of?
Yes.
Yeah. We're still looking at that case because that was still the distribution of Crush. Even though we're trying desperately to find out where it was filmed.
Wasn't there some Crush videos that just came out like Dallas, Texas, in that area?
I'm sorry?
Wasn't there not some Crush videos that just came out of the Dallas, Fort Worth area?
That's another case. That would be Ashley and Brent. That's
okay.
the case that we just had the ruling from Judge Lake Sims overturned.
Good.
Yeah. Now, Rhea, how long have you been doing this work?
I'm the director of investigations for StopCrush.org.
Hey, good.
We are which is an initiative of AELA, which is the Alliance for Earth life, liberty, and advocacy.
Mm-hmm.
So I've
both
been
great pages.
off and on with them for about 5 years now.
Okay. So, Rhea, what I want to do is to extend the invitation for you to get together with Paula Archer, our producer, and get you to Skype in, and I want to do a show, completely around what you do and, your organization and this whole Stop Crush, and so that we can, get as much publicity around this as possible, you guys' cause, and, our show can support you and your efforts as much as possible.
And likewise, we would, we are more than happy to help promote you as well. We try to work with organizations that are, well-rounded. They're not just one particular aspect. Mm-hmm. Especially in Crush, we see how all the other aspects of cruelty are involved.
Mm-hmm. Well, we're definitely we're across the board. Our Friday show it's mainly dogs and pit bulls and and dog show. But what we're trying to make Foster's Animal World, our Tuesday show, be about is more open for all animals of all types of education about cruelty across the board, and with what you guys are doing, it's the kind of thing that people kind of almost don't want to pay attention to or know about, or even, a lot of people aren't even aware that it exists, I'm sure, right?
That's the problem, because it is such a hidden issue. Mm-hmm. It's not mainstream. People don't hear about it. Some of the largest producers of it are coming out of Russia. So it's very hard for the American public to accept that people would actually do this.
Right.
And the problems that we've had, we've had instances with media and other entities referring to it as a fetish. Crush is not a fetish. And the problem with the general public, when they hear the word fetish, they just write it off as nonsense.
Right.
So they don't take it into consideration that this is beyond a fetish.
Right. Yeah.
And that's one of my sticking points, my personal issues, that it's really a thorn in my side, because it makes people disregard it.
Mm-hmm. And go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt. Been thinking about with this whole Crush thing, and also with the organization. You were saying that they stitched up an animal and it looked like a child had done it. I'm thinking to myself, we never would do this to humans. Like, if this was done to a human, it would, why do we don't value the life of an animal? It baffles me, like, how something like this is going on. It's just, to me, it seems inhumane. And I'm talking about publicizing and getting it out there. I would love to help get the message out there, get more people aware that this needs to stop. I have knowledge in Photoshop and editing, different things like that, drawing, and different things that may be able to help get the word out. And I'm also very savvy with social media and getting the word out using little money.
Well, Kyle, that is a wonderful offer. So, Rhea, tell everyone how they can help. On a couple of different levels. Just on the public education and awareness level, and also with what you do.
Well, we have not only on Facebook our community pages and groups, we also have our separate websites of stopcrush.org and aella.org, mm-hmm. Which is AELLA. We have 2 petitions going right now to push for legislation. one in the UK, and I'm sorry, the other one I can't recall right at the moment. This is not my genre to generally do the interviews. That's usually the co-founders, Marlo Stormwolf Patty and Anthony Damiano. This is their life's work.
Well, you can, put them in touch with us, and, we'd like to have, all of you guys on, so we can just, we can do as much as we can to help support it and, make the public aware, because education is the whole key, So what kind of prosecution rate have they got, against this kind of stuff right now in the States?
Right now, our biggest case is with Ashley Nicole Richards and Brent Justice in Texas. They're still, they're still pending on these federal judges from the anti-crush bill that we pushed for, and we got the legislation signed in.
And so, go ahead.
We're the only country that has an anti-crush legislation.
Wow, that's barbaric.
Yeah, we're pushing. We're trying. We have satellite groups in most every country now.
So you mean that there are people who are politicians and stuff who are actually saying this kind of activity is okay?
Well, if you understand that we still have numerous states here in the U.S. that still have no laws against bestiality.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Washington, D.C. itself has turned down legislation for an anti-bestiality law.
That's amazing.
So when your own, country's capital isn't pushing for this legislation, you've got a battle on your hands.
Right. Paula.
Yes.
What do you think about that?
I think we need to kick butt and take names, but, that's me.
Yeah, I think that, what Rhea just said, the fact that, we need to find out who these politicians who are against a basic, it seems to me basic, something that's right, anti-bestiality law.
And that needs to go public.
Yeah. So
right.
I think.
If I remember correctly, you can do a search to find out which politicians voted no and which politicians voted yes on certain bills.
Exactly.
Yeah, we're gonna have to do that. Huh?
We would need the bill number.
Yeah, well, but I imagine, it wouldn't be too hard in terms of, I'll look into it, anti-bestiality, but, legislation. But Rhea and, you and I will talk about that, as we move forward, because it's certain things that are just wrong, and that's why, this show is, we want to rock it. We want to shake it up one time. We want to talk about that stuff that nobody's talking about. Turn the light on, let the roaches start running. If that makes
well,
sense.
In regards to what you had said previously about people, treating animals as animate objects. The problem is they're seen, quote unquote, as property.
Right.
In my opinion, a sentient being is not a table. It's not a chair. They are their own entity. They live and breathe. They have emotions. They are individuals and beings.
Right.
And pretty much that's where all of us at Stop Crush and ALL come from.
Yeah.
We don't see them as any different than another human.
Right.
Right.
Yeah, that's the problem with the animal. The same thing with the animal sanctuary. The reason that farm animals are treated so cruel and inhumane is for that very thing, that property. It's property. It's not a living being, creature that should have any sort of rights.
Right. Well, it's also proven too that when somebody is cruel to an animal, animal abuse, it leads to human abuse.
Yes, it does.
Generally,
Yes, it does.
the first step. Serial killers, they practice on killing the animals, and then they move on, to children or women.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Exactly. It's all directly related,
Right.
Now, Ray, I wanted to ask a question. How long, is Crush fairly new? Are these Crush videos fairly new, or has this been going on for a while? We're just now finding out about them in the last 6 months to a year.
Well, from what I've seen personally in the work that I've done, and that's what I do. I do a lot. I'm an investigator. I've seen videos that go back as far as the mid-'80s.
Okay.
Right. Well,
I don't know how much further back it goes than that.
A lot of it's gone underground too. I know that on the Tor browser, it's like a sub internet. It's not where we have when we log on to the internet. It's it's like Windows.
Yeah, Tor is deep space.
The Tor is like the underbelly where all the scum of the earth meet, and that's where you'll find a lot of your animal bestiality and crush and child pornography, because it ensures anonymity.
Correct. And that's where I also have an issue with Bitcoin, because generally that's where the money is being used.
Right.
Wow.
How do you spell Tor? Is it?
Tor.
Yes. Tor browser. You should have a very good antivirus spyware program installed before going on to
and you may also want to look into, as long as you don't want to be tracked back, because many of these people are cold murderers. And you do not want your location to be tracked.
They are what?
Cold-blooded murderers.
Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Those sounds like somebody I know. Some of my haters already.
Well, the thing is, you don't want them to be able to track back your physical location.
No?
Right.
But
right.
So you should be looking at running your browser, your Tor browser, through a VPN proxy.
Okay. Well, they can track us back here, because if the Russians or whoever, they come see, because our studio is located in a hole deep behind the Hollywood sign, close to the ghetto. So, I don't find too many, killers coming over here, boy. I tell you that. So it'll be interesting, and it's amazing, though, man. So let's get this website right, though. Okay, first, go ahead, because I didn't have my pen out. Do that again.
It's not a website. It's a browser.
It's a browser.
Tor, Tor. Yeah, you have to install it.
Okay.
And
yeah, we've got our crack detectives over here, checking it out right now. Or is that our detectives on crack? One of the two. We say we check. Yeah, right. We checking it out as soon as he can get a new lighter. So, but this is good info, man. I'm loving this, and we're gonna have. Okay, so Rock is telling me that I'm gonna have to let one line go or something like that. You were saying, or because we thank God, everybody's responding to talk about some of these issues. That's good. So, Kyle.
Yes, I'm still here.
Okay, I may need to do I need to let some lines go? Right. Okay, Kyle, I'm gonna have to let you go, because I want to push some more on this. Michelle's got some other stuff to talk about, and I want to keep Richard, because I got to get some guests from him information. And Rhea, we're going to continue to talk about this, but I'm going to take one more pause for the cause. We go to commercial, and I'll be right back. So thank you, Kyle. I'll talk to you soon.
Have a good day.
Okay. We'll be right back after a word from our sponsors, and Paula will get to saving some dogs, okay?
Sounds good.
All right.
You've got the motorcycles. You've got the girls. You've got your crew. Now you only need one thing.
Let's go. Let's go.
Pitbull, voted the best tasting energy drink. Pitbull sugar-free energy products stand alone in providing healthful nutrition and effective energy without a crash and burn.
We just want to acknowledge Pitbull for sponsoring us.
Love Pitbull.
Gotta love Pitbull.
I love Pitbull. Love Pitbull. I love Pitbull.
We want to thank you so much.
We love Pitbull Energy Drink! Pitbull, the energy drink for champions. You've got the motorcycles.
Hey, and we are we're back. Hey, everybody. Thanks for holding on. It always helps to pay those bills. So we have a new caller that joined in. Hello?
Hello?
Hey, who's this?
My name's Barbie, and hi, Foster.
Hey, how are you, Barbie?
I'm good, and I want to hire Michelle. She's my best friend.
Oh, well, there you go.
But seriously, the other reason I wanted to call in was I wanted to go back to a case that Michelle was talking about, the girl in Texas.
Sure.
With the cats and the dog and all that. I didn't know why her name wasn't mentioned. Was that, are you not allowed to say someone's name? Because this girl keeps going and going and going, and we need to get her stopped. And the only way people are going to stop her is by knowing who she is.
No, absolutely. Let's defame somebody's character. Because, and again, like I say, this is a public opinion show and open line. So, we want to, we have no rules and no holds barred. So we say everything. Anybody who has any opposition to what's said can feel free to call in, because we put everybody on the air regardless. And this is the beauty of the internet. You can put it out there and it's all free. So, Michelle, go ahead. Or you said Bobby or Barbie?
Barbie. Well, her name is Ashley Nicole Miller, and I wanted to also mention that before Ashley got into, I hate to say the rescue world because she's not rescue, but before she got into that, Michelle and I and several others did a lot of research on her and found out that years before she had a thing going, and it was to raise money, and I don't know if anybody had mentioned already, but she was a member of the service, and she played that and used that card saying that she was taking care of her sister's 3 children. They had no money, they had no car, and a lot of people ran to her rescue. And when she finally got into, again, I hate saying the rescue world, we realized she doesn't even have a sister. So this girl is playing the system and everyone in it. I mean, children pull at your heartstrings, animals pull at your heartstrings, and you know she took a plea deal and got away with that. Hold on. I'm sorry, I got a kid and a pit bull.
All right, no problem.
It's okay. We just took her crayon. But anyway, she did plead guilty. What was it, Michelle? She did plead guilty in Texas, and then she moved to California and ended up getting arrested again and charged with animal abuse because she's sleeping in her car with all of her animals and all that. So yeah, I just wanted to make sure her name was out there. Also, I want to go back to when you were talking about rescue, on rescue. I'm telling you, Michelle and I had a love-hate relationship. We've known each other a long time. We've never met in person. But I'll tell you right now, she's my best friend. Hands down, my best friend. Her and I both, more her than me, have been thrown through the ringer from people that I guess you would call keyboard rescuers. Her so more than me, and I don't know if you knew this, but her and I actually had a show, an internet show, and we did back away from it a bit because sometimes it just gets too much. I don't even know how to explain it. Michelle, can you explain it better than I can, how one rescue goes after another, and it's like a game that you're playing?
A lot of it's ego, jealousy.
Yep.
Very little greed is involved when it's rescue on rescue attacks. A lot of it's just, they don't like that person or they're jealous of what the other person is doing, and so they try to derail them. And and you really got to sift through that and just kind of block it out because it's not my circus, not my monkeys. Unless there's like viable proof where they can show you, what is, actually happening, then it's just space talk. And it's not really worth the time to get involved in because it's just a feud between two people. So
and
move on.
Foster, this girl she is so dead on. She will tell you how she feels, and if she doesn't like what you're doing, she'll let everybody know about it. And she's been put through the ringer. If I were her, I don't know how I would be still hanging on the way that she is. She's so strong. And I just wanted to say, Michelle, I'm so proud of you, and I love you to death.
Thank you. Love you too.
And thank you for having me on and having her on, Foster.
No problem. That's what we're all about here, man, is helping, to solve the problems. So, Michelle,
yes.
So you have the 3 pages, and tell us, was it anything else you wanted us to know that we didn't let you say?
Well, there's a lot of good rescues out there. There really are. There's a lot of good people out there. There's a lot of good rescuers. There's, when just be on the lookout. If some, they say one thing and do another, or if their actions aren't matching their words, just keep a mental note of it and keep track of it. Especially if you're sending your money.
Uh-oh.
Michelle, let me ask you this. Now, we found that when we were dealing with a lot of rescues and all like that, we kind of steer away from, rescues that are not transparent, who will not be completely forthright with everything. Is that a way to go? Is that what you would recommend for us to do?
Yeah. If they're not willing to answer simple questions or they come back hostile for you even asking, like you're wasting their time, then just write it off and, don't donate. Good rescuers are willing to answer your questions. They want to talk about their dogs. They want to brag about their dogs. They will answer your questions without hesitation. They will produce photos for you when asked. They'll have updates. And a rescue doesn't necessarily have to be a 501 to be a good rescue. That's just means that you can, deduct your donation on your taxes.
Right.
There's a lot of good rescues that aren't 501. But if somebody's claiming to be a 501 and they're not, there's a red flag.
Right. Right.
And usually the IRS says, if somebody's applied, it usually says pending. So.
Paula?
Yes?
You're being mighty silent there, dear. What are you in awe?
I am multitasking right now.
Oh, okay. That's it. All right, so we're gonna save some dogs in a second with you, Paula. But I wanted to tell Rhea that don't go away, and while you're on, you guys are on the line. If it's anything else that you want to get on, make some notes, because I'm going to talk to Richard about what's going on down in Kentucky right now with him, because we're going to have a friend that Richard turned us on to on, I think it's Friday or something, right, Paula? Is it Friday?
Richard is going to join us Friday.
Okay. But Richard, wasn't it someone that you wanted us to know about?
Donna. Donna is joining us, I believe, next week.
Tuesday or Friday?
Let me look at my calendar.
Okay. All right.
I believe she's the 14th, Paula, and I'm the 7th. Yes.
14th.
Oh, okay. Okay. Then we did that then. Then that's great. Then all right. We're taking care of business. Then okay.
Can I add one more thing?
Who is this?
Can I add one more
Sure.
thing before I go?
Who is this?
Okay,
Michelle?
This is Michelle, yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
Allison Hector she wrote out an excellent guideline on how to tell good rescues from bad rescues. And it's called, you can Google this, it's called Great Rescue or Great Scam, a complete guide. And she did an excellent job outlining, what to look for and, as far as bad rescues or scams.
You said Great Dog Rescue?
It's called Great Animal Rescue.
Great Animal.
Or Great Scam.
Okay. Great Scam. Okay. Yeah, because we hate the scams, man. Somebody tried to actually when we first went on in our first year, I wasn't that savvy to what's out there, and somebody was using us for a scam there when I had to put a stop to, and me being me, I was ready to fight. Well, wait a minute, you're not only defaming my name, but you're raising money based upon us. Then people think that so yeah, I'm totally against the scams. But you don't have to necessarily go away. If anybody's gonna go away, it would be maybe Richard. If you have something to do, you can. But you more than welcome to stick around. Since we're gonna have you on sooner than I thought. I wasn't aware of that because you guys know I have no idea what I'm doing. So, Paula keeps up with everything. But what I want to do is I want to, save some more dogs, try to get a couple of dogs some homes real quick. That'll take a couple of minutes, and then we can come back to the phones. Okay, guys?
Okay.
Okay, so if you guys are watching, the link, then, you'll see Paula, let's get some dogs some homes.
Okay.
All right.
Rock, are you ready?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, he is.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. We have, for our first dog, Libby. Libby is, let's see here. Libby is not a large dog. She is just the right size for an apartment. She is a mini pitty, about 25 pounds, and she is about 15 inches tall. The sweetest little thing you have ever seen. Vet estimates her age is between 1 to 2 years old, and she loves everyone, gets along well with other dogs. She's smart, she's friendly, and she needs a home. She is current on her vaccination. She's heartworm negative. She loves to play. She's house trained, kennel trained, and leash trained.
It's more than I can say.
Anna. Yeah, I'm still working on you, Foster. Now we have Nana. Nana and her brother, Milo. They are, and we'll show Milo next. He's a cutie too. These two are brother and sister. They're around 8 months old. They are both house trained and they both get along well with other dogs and people. They are up to date on their vaccinations and they are leash trained. And here's a picture of Milo. Just like Nana, he's 8 months old and he gets along well with other dogs and people. He's up to date on vaccinations and he's leash trained. Now we have Dewey. Dewey is around 40 pounds and it is all muscle. He adores people and kids. This boy needs a best friend. He would love to come home with you and be part of your family. He is up to date on all of his shots. This baby at 40 pounds is around 6 to 8 months old. So he's still got some growing to do. Now, our last one for the day is Coco. I love Coco. I'm not going to try to act like I, don't think she's just the best girl in the world, but Coco is waiting for her family and her new best friend. She's a good girl. She's leash trained, house trained, kennel trained, and she gets along pretty good with other dogs as long as they're not too hyper and get up in her face. She loves to cuddle and sleep. She is spayed. She's up to date on all of her vaccinations, and even her rabies shot is current. Now these dogs are with Hazel's Pit Bull Breed Rescue, and that's in Indiana. The number to call for more information on any of these cuties is 260-667-1152. And again, they are with Hazel's Pit Bull Bully Breed Rescue, and that's in Indiana. So if you need any more information, give that number a call. And if you missed it, you can hit me up on Facebook, Paula Archer, or you can go to Paws Pit Parade and contact me through there. So let's give some of these dogs a home.
There you go. There you go. All right. So, Rhea.
Sir.
You there?
Sir, can you hear me?
Oh, yes. Okay. So, first, you need to look up Paula Archer so I can get you guys hooked up, because I have a habit of talking about stuff and then I forget who it was, and then Paula has no contact. Right? But Paula, you're going to go to the Stop Crush. Rhea, give your page out.
It's stopcrush.org.
Okay.
And you can find us both at the website, stopcrush.org, and also on Facebook under stopcrush.org.
And Rhea, you were working with was it Laura or Karen? Karen. Yeah. Wonderful people. I want to, congratulate you guys, and I take my hat off to you if I had my hat on. So, and on that, because what she was doing with the homeless people and their dogs was like a wonderful thing, So it's all coming full circle, So, Richard, did we lose Richard? Oh, okay. Yeah, Richard left. All right. Well, we'll see you Friday, Richard. Then, so Rhea, so tell me some more about Stop Crush that I didn't, give you an opportunity to inform us on.
Honestly, I am at fault here. Generally, this is not my genre. My
okay.
thing is
Me neither.
doing the investigations. I really wish Anthony were available right now to call in.
We'll get him. We'll get him.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll get him. Don't worry. He won't get away. Well, let's go to your area. The investigations. how do you go about that? Because it would seem that, you know, investigating this stuff, it's like, that's pretty hard, you know, because you got to follow a cold trail, huh, of denial?
Well, I use the Tor browser a lot. I go into deep space. I seek out these message boards and these groups. Quite often, the message boards really do give a lot of information. We track the ones that are offering the video clips. We track the ones who are asking for it. Generally, that's how we find our producers.
Now, explain to me and to everyone, how long are these videos, first of all?
They can be anywhere from a 15-second clip up to in excess of 30, 45 minutes.
Whoa. So it's just incredible. So they start with some just showing a creature and then showing some half-naked woman in a high-heel shoe and then proceed into just crushing the animal and hearing the animal scream to death?
Yeah.
Well, it's in addition to, you know, they'll use wire cutters to cut off limbs. They break their arms and legs. They, you know, it's horrific. The animals endure.
Right. Yeah, and it is a sexual perversion. I don't understand how that is even possible. You know.
Wow, it makes you want to throw up.
My hat's off to you, Rhea, because, you know, for doing, I mean, I know the work that I've done on the burning dogs, seeing these poor animals that are, you know, coming in burned. I mean, it takes a toll on you, and I have no idea how you continue to do what you do, you know,
love,
not be
man.
affected by it.
It's love.
It's absolutely amazing.
It's love.
I have a standard theory that I work with, and that is there's nothing that I can do for those already dead, but I can fight like hell to stop it for the next one.
Nice.
That's a fact, Jack. You know, because, I mean, it's scary, man. That, you know, so when you do run down or track down, you know, producers, what's the next step in the process after that?
Generally, we file our all of the investigative work with proper authorities, depending on what country it is. We try to reach out to whether it be the RSPCA, the SPCA in their country. We contact the police in their country. Often we're dealing with Interpol. But it's a matter of just getting them busted, getting them stopped. And the more cases that we can stop in each particular country, the better our chances of actually getting laws put in place in those countries.
Right. Right. And, I mean...
And quite often it does help get these women out of the human trafficking.
Right.
Right.
Yeah, you have to be very organized to
we try
do what we do. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm so basically I guess, and correct me, Rhea, if I'm wrong. So what will happen is these people will have some woman who has been sold from some country into slavery, I guess no other word, to slavery, and then they will have her do this video with the animal, and then the video and her go for sale.
Pretty much, yeah. Generally speaking, what they do is they'll post out screenshots, just still images from the videos to lure in their buyers.
And these people buy the woman too?
No.
The women are generally, oftentimes they're teenagers. They're not even 18 years old yet. Often they're sold and generally speaking, they're also being used as There really is no threshold they won't break through in what they use these women for. But the videos, they'll go viral.
I'm sorry. You broke up there. Say again.
The videos will go viral on tour. Wow. It's a multi-million-dollar a year industry.
That's amazing. I tell you, I don't know, Rock, if we grew up sheltered or what, because I never even, about probably a year ago, man, I saw the Stop Crush logo or something, and with the blood spatter, or it was a woman's heel or something like that. Is it Rhea?
Yeah, generally speaking, they do wear stiletto heels because it'll inflict more injury.
Yeah, I saw that, and I didn't know what it was, It was like, I said, Stop Crush, and I was like, oh, what is that, And then when I looked into it, I was flabbergasted, man, that, people could be so cruel, but, humans, they never fail to disappoint you on the low side. We can be as cold as, as they come, So, so the latest victory is, or potential victory is in Texas?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
That's our biggest hope, is to get a maximum sentence.
Mm-hmm. So they arrested?
Oh yeah, the two of them, they're in jail.
Oh yeah, there you go. Good work. Good work. Yeah. So when is their? So what are they facing as far as time? Jail time or?
That is undetermined at the moment, simply for the fact of this truly is the first case being prosecuted under this act.
And what did? Go ahead.
Are you talking about Ashley Richards or that other one where they used the young girls in the shower?
No, this is the Ashley Nicole Richards and Brent Justice case.
Okay.
Okay. And what?
Because Ashley Nicole was putting herself out there as an escort.
And
so she's also a prostitute in addition to doing this.
Right. And Brent, what's his name? Brent what?
Yes.
Brent, I'm sorry, it broke up.
His name is Brent Justice.
Justice. That's ironic, isn't it?
As far as we understand, he's technically her pimp.
Oh, okay. That works. That makes sense. And what did they do?
She was filming and producing, the two of them, Crush Films.
Oh, Crush Films, a bunch of them, not just one.
Well, from what I found, she started basically with snails. And she worked her way up.
That's amazing. We just pulled them up on the web, and surprisingly and shockingly to me, she's black. Isn't that something?
So is Brent Justice.
I know, and I'm just looking at him. They both.
Animal cruelty is not
race
isolated
and
to just one race. Yeah.
No,
it's everywhere by everyone.
I know the whole thing has just been, it's just so shocking to me. Period. That and I know they make assholes in all kinds of flavors. But it's just. It's just amazing that, that they, I don't know, people, human beings, man. So they going down there, hands down, because, it's, in this country, it's hard enough to avoid, going to jail if you black. Period. Just for not doing nothing. So if you really doing something, criminal and horrible and sadistic as this, they gotta get time, man. So do you think that that's gonna help Rhea in your fight? That these people get convicted and get some time?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. It'll show the rest of the crush industry there are ramifications for what they're doing.
Right. Rock has got some pictures up that I can't see.
This is some sick. I mean, on my heart, I'm just.
Let me warn you right now, if you are on a U.S.-based server, please be very careful what you're pulling up.
Mm-hmm. Or we're just on the Google search.
Yeah, we're not even watching. We're just watching. Just looking at images on
on Google.
Well, I'm just letting you know because we don't want to see you get in trouble.
Yeah, right. And Lord knows, it's like people, man, people. So after them, Rhea, who's the next? Is it out of the country thing? The Russians or?
Well, we have several that we're waiting to hear back from the authorities in other countries.
Mm-hmm. But the production of this stuff is mainly foreign based.
Generally speaking, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Because they know that these people target the countries that have no animal laws whatsoever.
Right.
And generally also no human rights laws.
Mm. Yeah, right. So that would just make sense. So so how much do these people, and I'm just trying to follow the money and wonder, how, what is this kind of stuff, worth?
What I've seen, what they sell is anywhere from, $2.99 up to, there's a gentleman that offers in the millions of dollars for a specific crush.
Huh? Wait a minute. What does he want these people to crush? A elephant?
A human.
Oh my God. So they say you stomp somebody to death and I'll pay you $1 million.
Well, generally what he's looking for is a black woman who's pregnant to give birth and crush her child.
Oh my God.
Oh man. So he could be arrested for accomplice to attempted murder then, huh?
Well, I would think that if they could nail him, it would be solicitation of murder.
Right. That's scary, man. I mean, that somebody would...
He in particular has gone back underground.
Yeah. I hope. I mean,
he's my pet peeve. He's the one I want the most.
Yeah, I'm sure of that, man. He's the one that we all want you to get the most because he is dangerous, man.
He's not surfaced in just about 2.5 years now. So he's due to surface soon.
Wow. That sounds like, it sounds like something from a bad Nicolas Cage movie, It's like...
Well, I would have to think, my personal opinion is that this becomes an addiction for them.
Yeah.
The money, the violence, the control, the domination that they have. So he cannot help himself but to resurface again.
Wow, man. I mean, that's Paula? I'm at a loss for words.
It is horrific.
It is. It is just...
And to think that you don't know who it is that you walk by on the street, you could be sitting next to in a coffee shop, that's a purveyor of this. Right?
Well, it's got me on my P's and Q's. I think I'm going to have to... start watching who I'm sitting next to at the coffee shop. It's, because,
It does make you have a much more jaded view of society in general.
Right.
I'm not a very human sociable person. The more I do this, the less I like humans.
Yeah, right.
It makes it really rough because I also do investigations on dogfighting.
Well, we got.
So,
go ahead.
I do a bit of rescue and rehab of dogfighting survivors, bait dogs, severely neglected, abused dogs. I deal with the hard ones. I'm the one they get to lunge and chew on before they can actually be placed with a rescue.
Oh, right. Well, we got a lot to talk about. Have you seen Breeder X?
I've been watching.
Oh, yes. You have to, because that's what.
That's actually what got me to reach out to you about bringing Stop Crush to your show.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, thank you. But do one on Stop Crush. Yeah. Well, yeah, we'll have. Rock just brought up a good point. We'll have to do an episode on this whole Stop Crush, and because Jack is all about it, man. So, and this might be scary. But what did you think about Breeder X?
I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
There may be a lot of our supporters at Stop Crush that don't support so much the theory of retaliation against another human. But in my opinion, I think it's an excellent venue. It's based on a fictional character.
That's right.
And I think it's a good venue for some people to be able to vent through.
Exactly. You get it.
Because you need to have an outlet.
That's right.
When I do my investigations, I keep particular funny videos up. Because you have to be able to take yourself out of this immersion of such cruelty.
That's right. And that's exactly what Jack is to give everyone that moment of release, that moment of hope, because, the one thing that we all share is when we've heard and saw these extreme cases of animal abuse, we've all said to ourselves, that person needs their ass kicked. The jail is just a little too good for them. I wish they could get what the dog got, what the horse got, what they need to feel that. So, and as Breeder X continues and people get to see more of the episodes, we will see that. Again, it's not what everyone thinks. It's not just a crazy guy with no rhyme or reason or thought, but it's really educational. My whole thinking was to try to do something entertainment-based that could educate, to bring people the information a different way than what they've heard
Make
or seen.
Make them think outside the box.
Yeah, just a different way to get the people who aren't necessarily, we don't want to preach to the choir, but we want to, get other people involved, because most of us understand it and get it, but it's those that, John Q. Public, that's who we need to just get to bring the subject up, just to talk about it at work, talk about it at the water cooler, or at the bar, or wherever you may be. Just bring up the subject, and if we can do that, then it's a success. Just to make it more part of the whole pop culture conversation.
Exactly.
Yeah. So let's see. So we're gonna be ending an hour and a half earlier today, so we got about 35 more minutes of the show today, so we can take a break and continue on. Paula, you got any more animals? Okay, for today, that's good then. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to come back We're going to take a break and come back to and finish this conversation off, guys. And so we'll hold on 1 second and get your notes and thoughts together. And anyone out there who wants to call in with our last bit, oh, and I see we got a phone call right there, Rock. Do that, and so we'll be back after a word from our sponsor.
Are you a diabetic? Need some energy? Need to quench your thirst? Try Pitbull Sugar-Free Energy Drink, the only energy drink named suitable for diabetics by the American Diabetic Association. And it's now available with no calories, no carbs, no sugar, and no fat, and a smooth, natural blend of energy, vitamins, and minerals. Need to quench your thirst? Try Pitbull Sugar-Free Energy Drink, the only energy drink named suitable for diabetics by the American Diabetic Association. And it's now available with no calories, no carbs, no sugar, and no fat, and a smooth, natural blend of energy, vitamins, and minerals. Pitbull Sugar-Free Energy Drink is the healthiest, best-tasting energy drink around. For more information and online ordering with free shipping, please visit hiphopbev.com. Remember, Pitbull Sugar-Free Energy Drink, suitable for diabetics, great for everyone. Are you a diabetic? Need some energy? Need
A fine watch does more than tell time. It makes a statement. Havana watches. Fine watches exclusively for you. Sophisticated Havana dress watches. Men's and women's styles. Your elegant timepiece. Sporty Havana casual watches. Trendy styles in hip colors. Your go-everywhere watch. Your Havana watch is backed by our top-to-bottom 1-year warranty. Visit HavanaWatches.com. Havana watches. Fine watches exclusively for you. A fine watch does more than tell time.
You've got the motorcycles. You've got the girls. You've got your crew. Now you only need one thing.
Let's go. Let's go.
Pitbull, voted the best tasting energy drink. Pitbull sugar-free energy products stand alone in providing healthful nutrition and effective energy without a crash and burn.
We just want to acknowledge Pitbull for sponsoring us.
Love Pitbull.
Gotta love Pitbull.
I love Pitbull. Love Pitbull. I love Pitbull.
We want to thank you so much.
We love Pitbull Energy Drink.
Pitbull, the energy drink for champions. You've got the motorcycle.
All right. Hey, I love Pitbull. I love Pitbull. And, you know, that's hiphopbev.com. You can call or go online and order you some Pitbull energy drink because it's the only one endorsed by the American Diabetes Association because it's got good stuff. Hey, we got another caller that just joined. Hello.
Hello, Foster. This is Janet. You asked me to call you about the Taiji Dolphin situation.
Hey, yes. How are you?
How you doing?
I'm
All
good.
the way out there on the West Coast, calling you from Atlanta, Georgia area.
All right, all right. So how's the weather down there?
It's chilly, but it's beautiful. It really is. We've been getting some really cold nights, though, and we actually had some snow in the North Georgia mountains over the weekend. So, you know, not where I am, but you know where I'd like to be.
Yeah, right. Well, we're still trying to get on the road so we can come to all of these places. That's why I ask about all the cities, man, because you know I've traveled most of my life quite a bit, and I just want to get on the road with this show, you know. So if everybody writes the Pitbull energy drink people and tell them, hey, keep sponsoring that show and, you know, put them on the road, we'll be out there and see everybody. So tell us about these dolphins, man, because, you know, this is going to be a regular thing on this show coming up real soon. You know, I'm telling you guys, we're gonna make some noise. We're going to do something totally different that's not been done. We're filling the gap. But tell us the present situation as you know it, and you know something about you and you know the other people that you're gonna be a correspondent for us, I hope.
Well, we'll see how it goes. I'm a little nervous about this. This is kind of new to me, so
me too.
I don't claim to be an expert. I get all of my information off of the Sea Shepherd Cove Guardians Facebook page and the Rick O'Berry websites and the Facebook pages. But mostly on the Facebook pages is where they're actually following the live streams when these Japanese are herding the dolphins into the cove. Mm-hmm. And what they do is they go out about 20 miles, and they're herding in these migrating dolphins that are coming down from the north waters past Japan, past Indonesia, headed towards Australia. And they go out there and find these pods, and they herd them into the cove. I don't know if you saw the movie or not. Some of the people may or may not have. It's brutal what they do to these dolphins. They pick the ones that are pretty for captivity to sell to these dolphinariums to teach them how to eat cold dead fish and do tricks for their food. And they keep them on tranquilizers and all kinds of medications and things that are, to keep them from trying to get away, but they can't get away. And then they take the parents or the rest of the pod into the cove, and they drive what they call a pith. It's a steel rod into the back, behind the blowhole, into the spinal cord. They hammer it into the spinal cord. They claim this is humane. It's not. And it paralyzes them to a point, but their brains are still active, so they are in dire pain, and they're screaming and writhing around, and they're bleeding internally. They put this is graphic, but I'm going to tell you, this needs to get out because the world needs to know what's going on to these dolphins. They take a wooden peg and put it into that hole where they have stuck that pith, and to keep the cove from turning too red, and the dolphins bleed internally, and it takes up to 30 minutes for them to die. And then they drag them to the slaughterhouse and cut them up and sell them, for steaks or sushi or whatever. And that's the heartbreaking part. But another point of this is that these dolphins are so laden with things that are toxic to these people, especially high levels of mercury. It causes birth defects. It causes brain damage. And there's only a small number of people that are actually eating these dolphins. A lot of it turns out to be dog food and fertilizer. So there's really no need for it. What they're really after are the dolphins to sell to these sea aquariums like, the SeaWorld claims they don't take them anymore from captivity, but they can if they do it in a bypass situation. Say it's sold to a dolphinarium or like in, say, Russia, and then they buy it from them. It's indirectly, but not directly from Taiji. That has been proven to have happened. Maybe not specifically Russia, but say for an example. So, and it's just brutal what they do, and we are protesting all over the world. The Rick O'Barry Project has done it. We've done it locally. I'm a member of GARP, which is the Georgia Association for the Protection of Animals Rights, and we've done that, and it's done all over the world, and they still refuse to hear us. We've done mailings, emails, phone calls, tweets, everything we can think of to get them to listen, and they just laugh at us. You can see them laughing in the pictures at us and pointing at the Cove Guardians, laughing at them as they're going through with the dolphins, hurting their bodies and taking them to the slaughterhouse. And it's just brutal. And then, like yesterday and the day before, I know I keep talking, but they take these infants away from them because they're too small, and when they have to count against the quota. They only get more money the more the dolphin weighs, and these little dolphins don't weigh anything. They take them out, the ones they don't keep for captivity, out in the middle of the ocean and dump them like garbage to fend for themselves. And they don't have their mother's milk. They don't have any protection. They don't know how to feed themselves, and they usually die and wash up on shore somewhere. So it's brutal what they're doing, and they don't care. I mean, I know there's brutality all over the world about animals. I heard you talking about the snuff films. I've seen pictures of that. It's I cannot even describe to you what I saw. It's horrible. But this has touched my heart, and I'm really, really trying to do everything I can to get the word out. As Rick O'Barry and the Sea Shepherd Cove Guardians, people need to get involved if they care about these animals. They love Flipper, and they think they do tricks, and they're cute and jump through hoops and all this stuff. But the life they lead in captivity is horrible. Just imagine if this was you, how you would feel.
Oh no, it's totally cruel. Now, and Rick O'Barry, he is the Flipper guy, right?
Exactly, and what he has said that, in his early years, he actually captured the 5 dolphins that he used for Flipper. His favorite, I think, her name was Kathy. Mm-hmm. And he captured them for the show, and he trained them and everything, and he did the shows for them and was paid a lot of money. And then when the show got canceled, the dolphins, I'm not sure what happened to the 4 of them, but I know Kathy was sent to one of the dolphinariums down in Florida, and a couple of years later he went back to visit her, and when he did, she swam into his arms and took a breath and then took another breath and dropped and drowned herself because she was so depressed. These dolphins have very high emotions. they will drown themselves. Back in January of this year, during one of the drives, there was a pod of about 250 bottlenose dolphins being herded into the cove, and one of them was an albino baby. And they captured this albino baby. They still have her in the Taiji Whale Museum over there. She's worth $500,000 to $1 million. And her mother spy hopped, which is what that is they kind of bob up and down in the water looking. She was looking for her baby, couldn't find it, and after an hour or so, she gave up and drowned herself. They're very emotional animals, and they're very intelligent animals. And for them to treat these animals as though they're just some kind of commodity it's just heartbreaking. And I know we do things to animals here in factory farms and stuff, because I know you like Gene Bauer with Farm Sanctuary, and I just made a donation to them because they're one of my favorite organizations, Farm Sanctuary. They have this Adopt a Turkey program for Thanksgiving, which is really cute, I think. But there's so much brutality out there. It's like a holocaust on animals, and I don't understand why people think that animals belong to them. They belong to themselves.
That's
what they think, why they think that it's their right to go out and herd these animals and just annihilate them.
Yeah.
And that's what they're doing.
Yeah. Well, we're gonna do what we can to fight back. Bring the awareness out there, bring the attention, put it out on the airwaves, on the internet, just try to educate people to know what's going on, because, I mean, and maybe in Japan it is legal, but they don't sell dolphin meat in the United States, do they?
Not that I'm aware of. Not saying that if you wanted to, you couldn't have some shipped in, but I'm not aware of any. That's not saying that's not happening. But, there's other things that are being sold, like whale meat and things like that. And foie gras, that's another thing with the ducks. Oh, I'm just so into this with the animals. I've just got so many irons in the fire. But I'm fighting for the animals. But right now my passion is these dolphins.
Well, you keep fighting, baby, because that's the name of the game on this end. It's somebody's got to be their voices, man. Somebody's got to speak up and take a stand, because today, you guys have given me, quite a bit to think about, and you've reconfirmed, my thinking in terms of what we want Tuesdays to be about, in support of all the animals, across the board, and not just be paying attention to the dogs, because the groups that you guys are talking about, from Ria's and Michelle's and I want to get this, and you help me with this, is we're going to get the Rick O'Barry, in here or on here or something, and with the Gene Bowers and stuff, we just got to help support you guys in what you're doing and make the voices a little bit louder,
Well, we got to make people care. See, a lot of people just don't care. They're like, oh, and it's making people aware and to care. I mean, some of them say, oh, that's terrible, but I've got kids to feed. I got to go to work kind of thing,
Right.
And they don't want to get involved, or they don't have time to get involved. And I have other things I could be doing, but I choose to take up for these animals who can't, they have to have a voice.
That's right.
There's a lot of voices out there for them, don't get me wrong. I mean, we have a lot of celebrities that are speaking up for these dolphins, like Yoko Ono and Hayden Panettiere. And there's a video that's on Rick O'Barry's site saying about how they're fighting for their lives, and people can go on that site and see that video about and I can even send you the link if you want to put it up there on your
Absolutely.
Yeah, so it even has two who have left us, Robin Williams, and what's the guy that was on the Mafia show? I can't think of it.
Tony Soprano.
Right. He's in there too. That was made when they were still around. But there's been a lot of celebrities that have been fighting for this too. And
James
Galdolfini put on there yesterday. So it's just, but they just don't listen.
Cool. Well,
I mean, if they don't listen to their own person from Japan, one of the biggest voices in the world, Yoko Ono, they're not going to listen, and we got to make them listen.
Yeah.
To stop it.
Well, we're going to definitely do that, and I think I sent a friend's suggestion to you for Paula, and Paula one for you. So you guys hook up, and we'll be, talking and planning about what we're going to do and how we're going to move in the future, okay?
Okay, that sounds
Thank
great.
you,
And
thank
it's
you.
not just for these; it's for all the animals.
That's right, and thank you so much. So, and again, I have to ask this question because it's our #1 effort. You saw Breeder X?
Yes, I did.
What did you
It's
think?
a little brutal there towards the end, no pun intended. But you know, sometimes I wish I could do the same things to these killers out there in Taiji. I wish I could take that piss and stick it in their back and let them know how it feels. You know what I'm saying?
There we are. It's a fantasy show, you know. That's what
is.
That's what it's all about.
But it's what we all wish we could do, but we're not going to do because we're supposed to be humane.
That's right. Well, Rhea said it, you know, really, really well. It's like, you know, it's a release, you know, for
is.
a lot of people, you know, and that's so well put, you know.
Have you done the other side? Because I want to know what happens to the girl and the other fella that's in there.
Oh, that's coming up, babe. I'm telling you, you know, and I just wanted to get it started and get it out there, and I want episode 1 to, you know, have its legs and try to get as many people as possible to be aware of the show, and you know, that's pretty much the problem right now, and. You know, I mean, I'm thankful that you know, 1,600 people have taken the time out to watch it and listen and, you know, learn and you know, and be entertained. But, you know, I don't have a PR budget, and we don't have lot of big celebrities involved yet to help just spread the awareness of the show. But, yeah, we've got... right now, we've got like 7 episodes in the can, you know. So there's more to come, and it gets more educational, more entertainment, more informative, you know, because Jack's a deep guy. So we're just trying to use that platform to help you guys, you know. So thank you so much, and we will be talking soon. Michelle?
Yes.
Okay. So we're on the downhill side of this. So is it anything else you wanted to leave everyone with before we get out of here?
Me? Me or Michelle?
Michelle. Well, you first, okay?
All I would say is just think before you do something against an animal, whether it be your pet or something in the wild, like with hunting or anything else, and stand up for the animals, because without us, they don't have a voice. They're our captives, and even if they're in the wild, so we need to stand up for them all, not just the dogs and cats. And I have parrots, so I understand this. I have a couple of rescues and everything, so I understand this, what's going on. Even in the parrot world, there's a lot of brutality, believe it or not.
Right.
You wouldn't think so, but there is, and we'll do that subject another day.
Okay.
But, yeah, there's a lot of unwanted parrots out there, and people get them thinking they're beautiful and all, and then they tend to be something that they're not, because they're not cuddly like a little kitten or a puppy, so...
That's right.
We'll do that another day.
That's right. And just...
Right now, just fight for the animals with every breath you have.
That's right. And we'll just say that, what is it? Jesus sees you and I do too?
Something like that, or Jesus loves...
Yeah.
I have a little sticker that has a baby chick on it, because, you know, chickens are one of the most brutalized animals in the farm industry, and it says, Jesus loves me too.
Yeah.
And it's so cute, you know, but you think about that, you know.
Yeah.
There's not a sparrow that doesn't fall that he doesn't know that his dad something's happened to it, so he knows.
That's right. And on that, Rhea.
Yes, sir.
They baby chicks, I imagine that's a big crush victim, huh?
Actually, not that common. It's all up to the viewers what they're requesting.
Wow. Whoa, wow. Wait a minute. So you mean they have like a little wish list kind of thing that sick people go and say, and vote for, do a chicken, do a cat, do it like that?
Well, if they find a producer who's accommodating, they'll put in requests of what animal they want to see crushed.
Wow.
I saw a picture of one doing a rabbit, and it broke my heart, because I had a rabbit at one time, and I couldn't believe that somebody would do that with it. She had high heels on, and I just had to turn. I couldn't do it anymore. I mean, it's like these people are insane.
Yeah.
Right.
There's
I
no
remember
other word.
my first crush video I saw, and it was for me. I've been following Stop Crush for years now, and I was horrified. I cried. I don't understand how people can get off on this. It's disgusting.
It's this. It's the sickness, hands down. So, Paula Archer. Uh-oh. Hey, you.
There you go.
Yep. And so, Paula?
Yes, sir.
That's about all the time we have today. What do you think about everything? You've been silent over there, which is pretty unusual for you.
A lot of emotions to work through. It just bad.
Yeah.
Couldn't some of it.
I know. Well, that just shows you how much work we have to do.
If everybody will get a hold of me, I will sign up, get some bookings for putting this together. We will get the information out there.
Yeah.
We'll do it.
Yeah, we're going to do it. So
send me a PM. Tell me who you are, who you're with, so I have that all straight, because my notes I don't think I'm going to be able to read my notes, actually. But.
Well, if you think yours are bad, you have to try to check out mine, But everybody's going to be in touch with me. And, I've friended everyone that has called and make sure that, we do have some contact. So all you guys. So, Michelle?
Yes.
Thank you so much for calling, and we got to get you on the Skype, in the future sometime, so people can look at you guys and stop looking at me, because, I get, they don't want to see me.
I tried to. I just didn't have my webcam set up or anything, so I didn't have enough time this morning to get it all together.
That's all right. We'll work you in. We'll work you in next time. Rhea?
Yes, sir.
Thank you so much. And you guys are becoming one of our new best, organizations. And, we want to throw everything that we can behind you guys and help in any ways that we can. And you can tell that guy, did you say his name is Peter?
No, it would be Marla Stormwolf Patty and Anthony Damiano. They're the co-founders.
Okay. Well, you can let them know that, Paula will be in touch with you guys, and, and we all, band together and we get them on, and we just have a whole Tuesday show. What do you think about that, Paula? We would just do a whole Tuesday for 4 hours. And you guys can get all your stuff together, whatever you want, the information, and we'll promote it, for a week or two, so everyone can tune in and call and just, have a whole thing around it. What do you think?
That's amazing, and we so appreciate that.
No, hey, it's the least that we can do. So, you guys be in touch with Paula, and we're gonna blow it up. And at least, if nothing else, everybody on Facebook and out there in the public, and the good thing about when we do our things, that they live forever, because we have the Foster's Animal World YouTube channel, and the archives can go up there. The 4-hour shows are kind of hard to put up, so in terms of the length, so I bust them up, and we make them into maybe like 30-minute chunks or something, that people can watch and listen to and get educated. So, and then you guys can use it for your own purposes, to link to other stuff, and so people can hear it. Because that's the whole thing, getting it out there, getting people to hear about it and know about it.
We appreciate that. Paula, I'm waiting on your response to my friend request.
Okay, I'll get on that.
All right. And Paula, what is that?
What?
I thought I saw a dog or a bird or something there for a second in the corner of your thing. So, and who else do we have on the phone?
That's Janet.
Who's
Janet
left?
Austin.
Okay.
The Dolphin Girl.
Yeah. Hey, Janet, you're the only one. Janet's the only one left, right? Because Richard left us. Yes. Okay. Well, Janet, thank you so much. And,
My pleasure.
You and Paula should each have requests from each other or something like that, or however that works with me. And I'm paranoid on Facebook, guys, because they just looking to shut me down. You know,
I don't understand that.
Yeah.
Why, when you're doing so much good, there's so many like brutality sites on Facebook that Facebook won't shut down. With somebody that wants to do good, they're going to shut down.
I know.
I mean, get it. I mean, come on. I mean, I could show you sites you won't believe.
Yeah, well, I want you to show them to me too, because maybe I can use those to help fight it. You know, but I don't know, man. First, I say Facebook is run by machines and not humans. But secondly, it's the haters, man. The haters are out there to try to stop anything positive that's happening, and anybody that's trying to change the status quo as it is. So thank you so much, everyone, and we'll be back on Friday with Conversations with a Pitbull at 11 o'clock West Coast time, from 11 to 12, and go to our Facebook pages and check us out. What is that, Paula?
I'm not showing a friend's request from Ray.
Okay, well, we'll get that together. But where all our posts go up on the Breeder X and the Conversations with a Pitbull support group and the Breeder X support group, right, Paula?
Uh-huh.
Okay. Yes. So, guys, that is it for this week. Thank you so much once again, and see you next time. All right?
Okay.
All right. Bye-bye now.